Hey everybody, how you doing? This is about to be a really fun video out at the range today with heavy metal. And if you guys watched the show, you would have seen me find some of this stuff. Remington Express. But here's the kicker. It is in 338 Lapua, loaded with some 250 grain Sonar matches. Now, to the best of my knowledge, they don't load this anymore, so it's almost like an antique kind of a find. You can tell by the box too, it's not exactly new. But I kind of half want to put it on the shelf as like a collector's piece, but then 51% of me says, no, we need to go out and sling something. So that's what we're going to do today. I've got my Savage 110 BA Stealth. I'm pretty sure they quit making these too, but if the 338 LM floats your boat, go check out the channel. We've got tons and tons of content on this Bulod slinger, even taking the mule deer, even taking it long range. All that being said, whole lots of 338 stuff up on the channel. But what we're going to do today, we're going to put some of this on the chronograph, see how fast it's going. Doesn't say it on the box. And then we're going to go back to 100 yards, take our time, and see what kind of groups we get out of it. Just testing out some of this Remington Express that I found a little while back. Should be pretty cool. All of it I'm going to sling through my Banish 46 shusher machine. So that's going to keep it quiet. But let's send one over the chronograph quick, see what happens. My guess for this is 250 grain. I'm probably going to miss it terribly, but let's guess 2750. No idea. It's been a long time since I got speeds off this thing. 2750 is my guess. All right, now let's send one of these through the chronograph. Got to turn it on first. That would have been an expensive miss. Don't need 14 zoomies for like 2 yards. $29.56, and it's telling me low battery, so I was guessing slow. I'm 3,000 feet per second, 250 grains. That's cooking. Now let's go try to get some groups out of it, see how it does. All right, here we go. Back at the bench at 100. Let's do a couple, 3 flings in a row here and see what kind of groups we get. That one I felt like I was a shade low when I squeezed it, but we'll see what happens. That one was a good squeeze, and it put them in the same hole. Man, I think I'm gonna need them to start making this for me again, because that's ridiculous. And that was a good squeeze, so my goodness. This is some good stuff. That might be some of the best groups I've ever got out of this thing, but all right, let's try 3 more. Good squeeze. Also, for somebody saying, every time I do this, I always get these comments, you're not getting the bullseye. Well, that's because it's not sighted in with this. It's sighted in with something else. But we're looking to see the groups. This is probably the best trigger I have on just about anything. Those 2 are still touching. One more here. About the same as the first group. Let's go down there and measure those groups with the calipers. And then I'm going to do a quick drop chart. This is some good stuff. I wish I had about 10 boxes of this. Shoo-wee. Alright, so how did we do here? Remember, this is with those 250 grain Sonar matches. Our first one looks like 2 hits, but that's actually 3.38 inch group. That is good in anybody's book. And then our second attempt, we got a 0.41 inch group. Man, I really wish they were still loading this stuff. They may still be, but from what I could find on their website, I don't think they are. So maybe I can find some in a back shop somewhere and somebody cut me a deal on them, because that is great. Now what I'm going to do quick is a drop chart for this load. Be right back. Alright, so here is some data on this load. 250 grain, those Sonaras have a G1BC of 0.648, which is pretty incredible at that speed of just under 3,000 feet per second. If you take it to 1,000 yards, sighted in at 100, mill dial is 7.26, MOA dial is right at 25. That's pretty good stuff. And then we go all the way down to a mile. You can see this load goes subsonic just before 1,700 yards. And you can see those number there. Definitely a good loading. There you have it, guys. I'm always chasing that perfection, or something that we can squeeze all the precision we can out of. Like I said, randomly found this stuff in a pawn shop. Always check those hole-in-the-wall places you might not expect to find cool things. This is at Remington Express 338 with the 250 grain Sonar match. I had never heard of those, but apparently that's a Lapua branded projectile. Let me get one of these out just to show you. I didn't show you guys up close. That is what those look like that we used in the video. You can see there are those tiny little hollow point match rounds that a lot of people load when we're talking about precision stuff. Just for some comparison, here's 223, and there's that 338 Lapua Magnum. I got a 308 here. Let me show you compared to a 308. 308 pretty standard. So that 338 absolutely dwarfs that 308 as well. But just to kind of give you a judge of the size of these things and show you up close. Pretty cool there, huh? Pretty cool. And it looks like it's actually using Lapua brass too. The stamp on that brass right there is a Lapua stamp. So Lapua brass, Lapua projectile, branded and loaded by Remington. Pretty cool stuff. But glad I found it. Glad we tested it out. Now we know, hey, it's good stuff. And the speed's 29, 50 some odd range. Appreciate y'all watching. Always good time getting this baby out. It had been a long time. I've actually been considering getting rid of this one because I could use it to trade in on some other things. But if I had gotten rid of it, then we wouldn't have been able to film this video. But hey, appreciate you watching. Like I said, there's a whole bunch more of the 338 stuff on the channel. If you're interested, or if you're new, if you missed those last time go around, appreciate y'all watching. We have the best viewers on the interwebs. Y'all already know that. Make sure you're subscribed, got all those notifications on. Appreciate y'all. We'll see you on the next one. WHOTEEWHO!
Load it up and get it on as soon as you can. 30-06, 10 mil, 50 cap. It don't make a difference, man. We like to shoot and make a